Gentlemen, please remove your caps and hats. Audience, please stand for the national anthem. You may be seated. To begin our program with a welcome, I would like to introduce Class President and Valedictorian, Shelby Ann Volosson.
Good evening and welcome faculty, administration, family, friends, and my fellow classmates. Thank you for joining us this evening to celebrate the graduation of the class of 2019. My name is Shelby Volosson and I am the senior class president and one of 6 valedictorians that we have this year. I would like to thank the other senior class officers for all of their help this year. Emma Sproles, Vice President, Bree Trussler, Treasurer, and Haley Higginbotham, Secretary. All of us worked hard this year so our class could have an amazing and unforgettable senior year. From organizing and participating in fundraisers to creating the senior presentation that played before this, these girls were always available to provide help even when they were not asked. Absolutely none of our achievements this year would have been possible if it were not for our wonderful class sponsors, Mrs. Raposky and Mr. Webb. You are 2 of the most dedicated, hardworking, and caring people I have ever met. I would like to sincerely thank you 2, personally and on behalf of my class, for everything you have done for us. I greatly appreciate the amount of personal time each of you put into events that made our senior year beyond what we imagined it to be. I would also like to thank Mrs. Fulmer for working alongside our class and supporting whatever we decided to do. I thank you for always being there to listen to our new ideas and helping us accomplish them in any way you could. Finally, I would like to thank the entire district faculty for supporting us throughout the past 13 years of our lives. Every teacher we have ever had holds a special place in our hearts, as you all basically helped raise us. You have taught us so much more than what is provided in textbooks. Because of you, we have become driven, motivated, and confident young adults. We have also learned that we can achieve and become anything we want, and for that, I thank you.
Next, we have valedictorian Olivia Lynn Nicholson to introduce our faculty members.
Each member of the faculty has impacted each one of us graduates in a truly unique way. You have dedicated yourselves to not only bettering us as students, but also to bettering our futures. For that, we are forever grateful. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Faculty, please stand or wave to be recognized. Our teachers in attendance this evening: Mrs. Clark, 5th grade teacher. Mrs. Nicholson, 3rd grade teacher. Mrs. Martin, 2nd grade teacher. Mr. D'Amico, lead support teacher. Mr. February, high school biology teacher. Mr. Harris, high school physics teacher and junior class sponsor. Mrs. Knox, high school math teacher, freshman and sophomore class sponsor. Mr. Loomis, high school social studies teacher. Mrs. Neeson, high school paraeducator. Ms. Perico, high school learning support teacher. Mr. Posky, high school math teacher, sponsor of National Honor Society and senior class sponsor. Mr. Webb, high school physical education teacher, sponsor of National Honor Society and senior class sponsor. Mrs. U-Hall, high school guidance counselor. And Mr. Ruddle, technology education teacher, and set up all technology we are using this evening.
Thank you. And now the introduction of our administration and board representatives by valedictorian Maya Faith Fetty.
First off, I would like to thank each and every one of you, for you have all impacted me in one way or another and given me beautiful memories that I will be forever grateful for. Throughout this journey, we have all overcome obstacles and blossomed into the people that we are today. As we go our separate ways, I sincerely want to wish everyone the best of luck with whatever you do and whoever you become. Just remember, the best is yet to come. Now I would like to introduce the administration and board members. Please hold applause until all have been introduced. When I call your name, please stand or wave to be recognized. Mrs. Fulmer, our high school principal. Mr. Minard, our athletic director. Miss Nagy, our elementary principal. Mr. Huffman, our middle school principal. Mr. Sears, superintendent. Mr. Nikolai, the president of the California Area School Board. Mr. Martin, member of the California Area School Board. And Mrs. Todd, member of the school board. And now, remarks from President of the School Board, Mr. Nikolai.
Good evening from the class of 77. Good evening, parents, relatives, and well-wishers, faculty, administration, and especially to the class of 2019. On behalf of my colleagues on the Board of School Directors, I want to thank and congratulate you for being another successful graduating class in the legendary story of Trojan Pride. From your academic success, your team achievements, and your volunteer work, you have surely made a mark on each other, the school, and the many communities that you represent. Our lives are a journey. Part of that journey is from dependence, relying on others for your existence. Think food, clothing, shelter. Then a struggle for independence, freedom from your parents' rules, being able to support the lifestyle you desire on your own. That final step in our journey that sometimes many fully fail to achieve is interdependence. Interdependence is the realization that we are better together. Think of the teams or clubs you belong to where a group of you achieve something greater than you could alone. Many team huddles break up with everyone yelling, "We're better together." Your success, not material success, but that inner realization that you're truly the best you can be, is only achieved by embracing interdependence. We're better together. I believe many of the challenges we face in our schools, in our communities, in our workplace, and in the world could in part be fully resolved by recognizing our interdependence. I leave you with a quote from Thomas Walsh. Our culture values independence and isolation far too much. It seems to me we have a hard time making ourselves part of things, of making ourselves responsible to others and trusting others to be there for us. Sure, there's pain involved if we get hurt, but there's far more pain in isolation. I love community because God gave us other people to live with, not pull away from. And I learn so much from others that I can't imagine my life without the learning I've gained from getting to know other people. As you leave these halls, please remember that we can only achieve our best, both personally and professionally, if we fully embrace our fellow students, co-workers, and neighbors. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2019. Whatever your plans may be, we wish you nothing but the best. Congratulations. It's now my pleasure to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Michael Sears. Please welcome Mr. Sears.
Oh, it's a great opportunity to talk to you again. Before I make you an official graduate of the California Area High School, I want to point out a few things that address the reality that happens once you leave here tonight. There's no going back. You have to become a productive citizen, which means you have a responsibility to yourself, your family, your community, and your country. Your easiest day was yesterday. Think big picture. So I have a few rules to try to live by in addition to what I pointed out at the senior luncheon last week. Some are mine, some come from some of the wealthiest people on the planet, so they have a little experience with what I'm going to say. Number one, life is not fair. Get used to it. The world doesn't care about your self-esteem. The world will expect you to accomplish something before you feel good about yourself. If you mess up, it's not your parents' fault or your school's fault, so don't whine about your mistakes. Learn from them. Failure is the first step to success. Also remember, television is not real life. In real life, people actually have to leave coffee shops and go to real jobs. There will be no 2-hour delays or cancellations due to cold or snow. Just saying. Work hard and do your best. Go to work every day. Don't be late. Create value for the organization you work for. If you're going to college, that organization will be you. What did I say last week? What you do for the next 4 years will determine what you do for the next 40. One thing leads to another, and nothing happens in a vacuum. Actions have consequences. If you can't do something right, don't do it. Don't wait for somebody to tell you what to do. Figure it out. You've got the education now. Figure it out. Say thank you. Send thank you notes. It's important and it makes a difference. It makes a difference. Look up. Take your eyes away from the cell phone. Pay attention to what's going on around you You will be amazed what's going on around you. When was the last time you spent time watching a sunrise or a sunset? Stay informed. Don't chew gum at work, on a date, or at a graduation ceremony. Sit up straight and focus on your posture. When you walk into a room, walk with confidence. People notice. When you walk up here, walk deliberately. This is your moment. These folks have spent a lot of time and money to get you where you are right now, so walk deliberately up here. Savor the moment. Be kind, stick up for others even when they don't know it. And gentlemen, open doors for your mother or any lady. Chivalry is not dead. And never give up. So I added a few more things today. I was at a pre-kindergarten graduation today, and the message to the children's parents and grandparents was this. These children leave here knowing some very basic rules that will serve them well throughout their lives. And some of these kids are going to be at California next year. These rules include be kind and share. Look and listen. Play. If you use it, put it away. See, they know. If you hurt someone, say you're sorry. Tell the truth. Wash your hands and flush. Draw, paint, sing, dance, laugh. When you fall down, pick yourself up and brush yourself off. Ask for help when you need it. Have quiet time in your day. Look both ways for traffic. And I might add, don't text while driving. You can do this. You can do this. So when you leave here tonight, thank your parents and go out there in the world and make a difference. You can do this. You decide your destiny. Go Trojans.
At this time, I would like to introduce National Honor Society President and valedictorian Austin Brian Grillo. Here you go.
You're gonna say?
Sorry about that, dear.
You're okay. Stuff happens. Good evening. My name is Austin Grillo, President of the National Honor Society here at California Area High School. Over the course of the last year, not only has it been a pleasure to be the President of the National Honor Society, but also an honor. Although this year's class is considerably small, we achieved some phenomenal things. To elaborate, our members as a whole participated in services such as ringing the bells for the Salvation Army, helped to build a women's shelter, provided help for open house, and established a morning tutoring system for students and individuals to receive help before school. Individually, our members worked extremely hard to participate in a variety of community service activities. These feats have proven that anything is possible, no matter the size. The members of the National Honor Society have continued the tradition of conducting themselves with pride, honor, and dignity, while achieving the highest scholastic achievements possible at California Area High School. Lastly, I would like to thank Mr. Posky and Mr. Webb, who are the sponsors in the National Honor Society. If not for their dedication to the program and in adhering to the program's success and prestige, it would not exist. They epitomize a key element of the National Honor Society, which represents leadership. Next, I would like to recognize my other officers in the National Honor Society. Please stand and remain standing and hold your applause until I am done. First, Emma Sproles, Vice President. Shelby Volossin, Secretary. Bree Trussler, Treasurer. Other members of the National Honor Society include Ryan DeFranco, Trevor Kochman, Samantha Pippick, Jacob Swartz, and Nicholas Urban. You may be seated. Next, I would like to recognize the members of the National Techner Honor Society. Eiley Gale Bruce and Sarah Martin. You may be seated. Last but not least, I would like to introduce the Athletic Director to the stage, Mr. Minard.
When we look back on the class of 2019, they'll be remembered for many accomplishments. We will remember them for winning championships, section and WPIAL, and PIAA playoffs in many sports. However, when most student athletes graduate, they won't only remember those moments, they will remember the memories, the friendships, and experience that they had a chance to be a part of. That's what high school athletics is about. A few years down the road, these athletes will look back and learn from these experiences, and trust me, while you may be happy to graduate and be finished with high school today, there will come a time when you will look back and remember all the great experiences that you had. At this time, I would like to acknowledge some of the senior athletic achievements. When I announce your name, please stand. First, for the baseball team. They are the WPIAL Class A champions. They are the section champions for Class A, Section 2. The Herald Standard Scholar Athlete for the spring, Jacob Swartz. Please stand, Jake. And I have a feeling there's going to be some more awards to come, but I'm going to also recognize Nate Zemany. Nate. If you didn't get a chance to see the last two games, Nate did a heck of a job. And one of the things I told him after, I get to see all the home games, and I really didn't see him pitch that much the last couple years, but I said, Jake, you really surprised me. Nate, you're a pretty good pitcher. So I take my hats off to those guys. The team will play Monday, June 3rd, at Greater Latrobe High School at 1:30 p.m. in the state playoffs. And the one thing that I've been waiting for, this is my 5th year as athletic director. Guys, there's 2 more weeks. I know you're tired. I know it's been a long season, but let's get that state title. There's a lot of room on that banner behind you. For the boys basketball team, the Herald Standard Scholar Athlete for the winner, Derek Hammett. The girls basketball team, the Herald Standard Scholar Athlete for the winner, Deja Goodell. At this time, I would like to recognize the senior cheerleaders, Gabrielle Crawford, Sarah Martin, Caitlin Schultz, Kayla Thomas, and Lindsay Trout. You may be seated. For cross country, the Herald Standard All-Area Team, Charles Roberts, I would like to point out that Charles never lost a section meet in 2 seasons, and he also established a new school record. Congratulations. Now the football team. They are the defending back-to-back section champions from Class A. The Tri-County South All-Conference team. Austin Grillo, Jelani Stafford, Clayton Watson, Nate Zemini, the Observer Reporter All-District team, Austin Grillo, Jelani Stafford, Clayton Watson, and Nate Zemini. The Post-Gazette All-Conference team, offense, Jelani Stafford, defense, Clayton Watson, Austin Grillo. Herald Standard Centennial Scholar Athlete for the fall, Austin Grillo. The Mon Valley Independent B Graphics Finest 25. The second team, Jelani Stafford, Clayton Watson, and Austin Grillo. Congratulations, guys, on a great career. The hockey team, we have a co-op with Ringgold, and we have a few hockey players from California, and this year Ringgold won the PIHL Division II championship, and our senior member is Noah Schrader. And now for track, Jelani Stafford. Jelani was the boys AA WPIL champion in the shot put, and he finished 4th place in the state tournament. All in his first year of track. Congratulations. We had 5 school records established by senior members of the team. For shot put, Jelani Stafford. For the 1600 meter, Charles Roberts. For the discus, Clayton Watson. And the boys 3200 meter relay, Josh Gwynn and Charles Roberts. Congratulations to the class of 2019. I wish you the best of luck in everything that you do. Thank you.
And now back to some academic celebrations. Our first year members for tests, when I say your name, please stand. Maya Fetty, Olivia Nicholson, Gabriella Crawford, and Sarah Martin. And we congratulate you as well. Valedictorian and Eagle Scout, Trevor Kochman, with the recognition of his work with the Eagle Scouts.
To become an Eagle Scout, one must earn a number of merit badges, be active in their troop, and finally complete their Eagle Scout service project. It is the highest rank attainable by a Boy Scout and symbolizes a culmination of the learned skills and ideal attributes of not only a Scout, but of a young man. This year, the class of 2019 is graduating 2 Eagle Scouts. We would like to recognize Gregory Johnson and myself, Trevor Kochman. It is now my pleasure to introduce the California Area High School Concert Band under the direction of Mr. David Young with their instrumental selection, American River Songs by Pierre Laplante.
students are required to attend school 180 days a school year. Of course, oftentimes students are absent due to illness, family emergency, dentist appointments, etc. Therefore, the student is absent with an excuse sent into the office. However, there is always the exception. The class of 2019 has one such exceptional student. Starting in first grade, she has never missed a day of school, which means she attended school every day for the last 12 years. That equals, 2,160 days. This exceptional student is awarded the Perfect Attendance Award, Madison Height. That's the way. Come on over here, dear. We want a picture of this. And now, Mrs. U-Haul to discuss valedictorians, salutatorians, and our top-ranked students.
Good evening. By policy, there are 3 academic categories in which students can be recognized as top-ranking students. The Career Technical Program, this is for students who commit to 3 years to their vocational program and are pursuing a related career. The top-ranked student from California Area High School who attended the Mon Valley Career and Technical Center is Sarah Alexis Martin. The academic program is for students who are college-bound and excel in academic-level coursework. The top-ranked student in this category is Gabrielle Alyssa Crawford. The salutatorian is a student in the honors program with the next highest GPA in the senior class. This student is Bree L. Trussler. The class of 2019 has 6 students who have maintained a 4.0 grade point average throughout high school. These students are the class valedictorians. Their speeches are published in the insert you've received with the graduation program. Each valedictorian earned a cumulative 4.0 grade point average at the end of each year in grades 9 through 12 while pursuing honors courses throughout their high school career. Valedictorian Olivia Lynn Nicholson. Valedictorian Trevor Michael Kochman. Valedictorian Maya Faith Fetty. Valedictorian Austin Brian Grillo.
Just the right
Valedictorian Emma Cora Jane Sprouse. Valedictorian Shelby Ann Volosson.
You waited a long time for that, didn't you? Good for you. If you want to. Oh, there you go. This one's.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. There we go. Trojan Nation. Of course, tonight's events focus on what the future holds for the class of 2019. I'd like to tell you why this particular class of students will succeed. Our high school has an agreement with St. Francis University. Juniors and seniors can take college-level courses for college credit. Those courses are taken while the student is in high school. 50% of this particular class, that's 30 students, took 2 or more college-level courses during their junior and senior years. And 50%, again, 30 students, have a cumulative grade point average of 3.0 and higher. For graduation, we awarded 13 high honor gold cords and 17 Burgundy honors cords. Again, 30 students. Our group of top-ranking academic students, who are the 9 students in the first row, will move on to college with an average college credit transcript of 16 credits. This means their first semester of college is basically paid and finished. And here's the payoff. This group of 9 top-ranking students received a rough total of $587,000 in scholarship money. That does not include the local scholarship money added at May Day. So collectively, the senior class, their total scholarship money received from local and miscellaneous scholarships adds up to approximately $635,000. Agreed. 45 of the students sitting in front of you have a committed and confirmed career plan. This means they're ready to roll. 2 or 4-year degrees, trade school, or an apprenticeship program have all been committed following graduation right out of high school. The students have career plan expectations of themselves because their parents, families, and mentors have upheld that hard work ethic of school or work after high school. And we applaud the families for their support of those expectations. Skills USA is a district competition held by our Mon Valley Career and Technical Center. This includes the 8 surrounding high schools in our area. The winners move on to the Skills USA state competition. California has 3 students who received a gold medal at the district level, and we had 2 students receive silver medals at the state level. This means they scored 2nd in the state of Pennsylvania for their skills that they developed at the VOTEC program. Overall, the class has 18 students who are skilled and ready for the workforce because of their 2 to 3 year commitment and success at the Mon Valley Career and Technical Center. A couple of fun facts about the class of 2019. We had 7 students begin their chosen career pathway by taking classes in the morning and then off to work for the afternoon. The captain, now listen to this, of the Ringgold hockey team is a member of our graduating class, again, winning the PIHL Division II title. We had an all-male decorating committee for the prom, and the class officers were all female. We had an earthworm who retaliated on stage by spitting back at the centipede in James and the Giant Peach. And our senior band members were 3 strong. They managed to represent us in our bands of marching, concert, and jazz. I want to thank you for allowing us to educate your children. And thank our shared communities for continuing to instill those long-standing traditions we all share. The importance of education, family comes first, and the love of baseball in our community. And now may I introduce to you valedictorian Emma Cora Jane Sproles with her closing remarks. There you go, my dear.
Today marks the end of a chapter, one that lasted 13 years. Our time at California has taught us many lessons inside and outside of the classroom, and I'm grateful for all of them. I have learned the sign language for USA, which we put to use for every elementary Veterans Day program. I learned that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. I learned how to backwards march, how to perform a hypothesis test in statistics, shout out Mrs. Raposki, and how to effectively speak in front of all of you today. Many of these lessons have prepared me for the uncharted territory that lies ahead after we move these tassels from one side to the other. Yet the most important lesson I have learned throughout my time here at California is that we all have a story to tell. We have come to the end of this chapter, and the pages that follow are waiting to be filled. The choices that we have made over the past year has set a course that will change our lives forever, and it is the choices that we make every day moving forward that continue to write our stories. Think about what story you want to tell with your life, and how you want your life to impact others. As we diverge, all of us, onto different paths, some to the workforce, others to higher education, and still others to the military, as we pursue these careers, may we remember how important our stories are. Congratulations, class of 2019.
We're going to do the presentation of the diploma, so I'll have you come back.
Okay.
Thank you. And now, the presentation of our diplomas.
Shelby Ann Velosson. Emma Cora Jane Sproles. Austin Brian Grillo. Maya Faith Fetty. Trevor Michael Kochman. Olivia Lynn Nicholson. Bree L. Tressler. Gabrielle Alyssa Crawford. Sarah Alexis Martin. Emily Lynn Alborg. Heavenly Michelle Bear. Emily Megan Belosky. Aligel Emily Bruce. Bradley Joe Collins. Ryan Anthony DeFranco. Justice Grant Fideli. Jacob Allen Ferry. Joseph Michael Felick.
Got it.
Deja Lee Goodell. Joshua David Tyler Gwynn. Derek Joseph Hammett. Haley Patricia Leanne Hickenbotham. Madison Rain Height. Stephen Albert Hormel. Dylan Michael Howard. Jenna Alexis Jacobs. Gregory Wade Johnson. Kaylee Marie Locks. Frank John Lucas IV. Stephen Michael Martin. Evan Mitchell. Clinton Daniel Morriston, Jr. Jennifer May Neal. David Allen Pete. Baron Michael Peters. Samantha Madison Pippick. Lawrence Edward Poling. Summer Ann Quigley. Mackenzie Ann Ritchie. Charles Wayne Roberts, Jr. Trucker David Roberts. Noah David Schroeder. Caitlin Ray Schultz. Dwight Douglas Spar III. Jelani Zaire Buddha Stafford. Corbin Thomas Studnicki. Jacob Ray Swartz. Kayla Diane Thomas. Lindsay Renee Trell. Nicholas James Urban. Deja Ray Walker. Clayton John Watson. Haley Renee Weld. Timothy Charles Yonko. Michael Thomas Zemany. And Nathan Charles Zemany.
Good luck.
And now with the conferral of your diplomas.
This is what it comes down to right here. Class of 2019, please stand. All right, you ready? To signify your completion of high school, please move your tassel from the right side to the left. Members of the school board, ladies and gentlemen, the class before you has met the graduation requirements as set forth by the California Area School Board of Education, along with the Pennsylvania Department of Education. By the authority vested in me through the Board of Education and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I hereby declare this class to be graduates of the California Area School District on this 31st day of May 2019. You made it. But I'm not done yet. To you, I present the class of 2019. Congratulations.
At the conclusion, there you go. Okay, we'll give you a chance to get organized. There you go. Graduates, would you please remain standing? At the conclusion of the alma mater, our program will end. I ask for our audience to remain in the bleachers until the graduates exit. The graduates will parade the hallways for the last time. Families will be able to meet up with their students in the cafeteria. Audience and graduates, we invite you to sing the alma mater while the band plays. The lyrics are towards the back of your program and on the banner. Please stand for the playing of the alma mater.